Just start singing.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Xmas Your Enthusiasm. Congratulations, you did it. The good news is this is a very, very special episode. I do have a super duper surprise for you people coming up, so stick with us. I promise you it'll be worth it. Today's episode of Curb we're going to be talking about in a little bit is the Bowtie from Season 5, Episode 2. I don't know why I always feel the need to tell you when it premiered, but I do. It is October 2nd, 2005, almost exactly 20 years ago. I'm sure I was doing something incredible on this very date. So we'll get to that in a minute. The good news is not only have I been crushing everybody in my fantasy football all season, slide into my DMs, ladies. This weekend in particular, I'm taking delight in absolutely pulverizing my nephew. I kind of toyed with him. I let him think he has a chance to win, but now the penny's going to drop tonight, and it's going to be pretty brutal for him. But hey, that's how he learns, you know. While I'm thinking of my nephew, I want to give a shout out to the newest furry member of the family. Scooter got a little brother, Finn. I don't know if I think I mentioned him before, but I want to give a shout out to Finn. But I do want to run a quick idea by you people before we get going with the Larry David stuff, because of course, I'm a huge Beatles fan, like most people with working ears connected to a working brain, so to speak. And I've always read and heard the story of Apple Records, how they were like, oh, they put out this funny ad, let's send us a tape, and send us what you're working on, a demo tape, and who knows, you may be the next Paul McCartney or whatever. And then I was rewatching the anthology, getting ready for the Anthology 4 coming up next month. Again, ladies, yes, I am single. And I'm reminded that both Neil Aspinall and Paul McCartney both say, tapes flooded in. Like, there were piles of tapes. But both of them said, we didn't really get anything out of them. But then it occurred to me, I was like, how has nobody collected all these tapes? At some point, it would have made sense back then. Who knows? Hopefully they're in a vault right now. All these tapes that people sent in. Ding, ding, ding. Here's another way to make $1 billion off the Beatles. Yes, please. And then, who knows what musical gold could have been in those tapes. Again, these are the people that gave us James Taylor. So, thank you, Beatles, for your music, but I don't know if maybe you were the ones to be going through these tapes. So, let's get these fucking tapes. Let's package them. Let's listen to them. Let's pull out what's great. I don't know what I can do moving forward to get my 10%, but let me know. Other than that, just cut me a check. I can't believe I'm just giving out a brilliant idea like this, but I can't believe this hasn't happened already. Tell you what did happen the other day, though, real quick. Saturday morning, I was out on one of my 9,000 walks of the day to Panera Sip Club. Meow. And I've been waiting for this. The next door to Panera, you're excited. The business is, who knows what it's going to be. My luck, it's a fucking Vision Works place. Which actually, it's a glasses place, Vision Care, whatever. And then, so Saturday I was walking by to do my normal walking around or whatever. I don't want to brag. And it was their opening day. They had cookies out of it, and they were like, hey, come see it. I was the first person in this. I was the first ever customer at this Vision Care place. And it turns out, I'm like, you know what? I think I need to get a new pair of glasses anyway, da-da-da-da-da. And, why not take a minute to lock in my insurance there. It's right next door, so if I ever need glasses, shit, why not? So, and they were very pleasant, delightful. They had some cookies. I tried to explain to the girl. She's like, oh, I didn't make them. I said, why would you just tell people you made the fucking cookies? They want to believe you made the cookies. Anyway. It was great, yada, yada, yada. And they convinced me. I was kind of trying to hey, just dipping my toes in, but anyway, they got me to go in the back to take an eye exam. Good news is, the health of my eyes, at my age, they dug into the innards or whatever. The doctor was pretty surprised at how good they are. Look, just saying. So we do our eye exam thing. And remember, I was the first person in there. But by the time, this is 20 or 30 minutes now. So by the time I come back out, we're walking through the lobby. The doctor, I've gotten some laughs out of the doctor. He's giving me a little slap on the back. We're doing the, hey, good. And I come into the lobby and I see, since I went in there, there's been like 8 or 9 people staying in the lobby now, checking out the place. And they all look at me. And right when I walked out of the fucking place, and I've been furious about this, I missed my chance to just all of a sudden look at everybody and go, oh my God, it's a miracle. I can see. I am so pissed I missed that. I don't know if I can reconstruct it maybe. That would be great. I get banned from this place because every day I go over there and try to do that same fucking shitty joke. But anyway, so that was, you're all caught up with me, thrilling as it is. Anyway, so yeah, this episode of Curb we're going over today is the Bowtie from season 5. I think that's Omar Epps, if I'm not incorrect. If I am correct, I love when people say if I'm correct. Well, if you're correct, 2 + 2 is truck. Like, what is it? If you qualify everything, get the fuck out of here. Anyway, the good news is I do have a special guest for you people today, which I should have announced at the beginning. Maybe I'll go back and stick it on there. Anyway, I have a special guest. If you remember from last season, you might remember him from his audition tape to be the play-by-play man for the Pittsburgh Pirates. We've begged and begged and begged to have him on, and now he's finally agreed to come on the show. So we're thrilled to have him. Ladies and gentlemen, and maybe even another gentleman, put your hands together for Theodore, the right-wing Republican conservative George Bush-loving stuffed teddy bear, longtime Xmas Time friend, and we welcome him to the show. He's going to take us through the bow tie. Theodore, buddy, thanks for doing this. Welcome to the show. It's great to have you here. Let's get it started. All right, Xmas Time, I want to thank you for letting me host the show this week. I don't watch a lot of Curb Your Enthusiasm. I watch more, real American shows, but okay. Here we go. We're going to start with the bow tie. Xmas Times told me I have to read a little copy about Roy Rogers. Roy Rogers, you're the one who took the wrong exit. You eat the shit. I never had no Roy Rogers. Here we go with the bow tie. All right, gotta say, right as we're getting started, right off the bat, I'm just now realizing what the bow tie in the title bow tie means. It apparently means Omar Epps in a bow tie, which means he's probably a Muslim, which I do not love, so to speak. All right, folks, looks like we got our first little, what does Xmas Time call it? Transgression? What an idiot. Well, you know how I feel about trans. Anyway, he's using the handicap stall in the bathroom, and, of course, right on cue, here comes the guy in a wheelchair, and he's mad at Larry for using his handicap stall. I gotta say, number one, I'm not in favor of handicapped having their own stalls in the bathroom. That is not very meritocratic, merit-based. No merit there. But I will say, if there is one there, Larry, you cannot use it. You better be pissing in the sink if some motherfucker rolls it. I would be shitting in the woods. Larry, tough one. Larry David, you down 0-1 this episode. You lose. On a side note, that bow tie on Omar Epps, still, now I gotta wonder, was this a setup of all the episodes? This just happens to be the one extra time gives me to talk about? The one with the Muslim? Oh, ooh, Larry David stepping in it again. Now he's walking through a parking lot, because that's what Larry David does in Hollywood, I guess. And a guy parks in a handicapped space, because I guess we're going to see all of them all the time now, rest of this episode. And the guy gets out. Larry questions him on whether or not he has a disability. So, Larry, you're a prick. You lose that one. 0-2, you lose. Oh, and in the same breath, he gets upset because the guy says he gets it because he's a stutterer, and Larry calls bullshit on that. But I'm calling bullshit on Larry David. Who the fuck are you to know what the fuck you're talking about stuttering or handicap, or even what are you doing in the fucking parking lot? You lose. 0-3, Larry David. Fuck you. On a side note, I've been notified by Xmas Time that while I can be dismissive of Larry David's stupidity,
in the context of the show, I can't just call him a, ooh, now we got a Larry David silent special. He's sitting there at the diner with Jeff, and good old Funkhauser comes up. I know Xmas Time loves him some Funkhauser. Anyway, turns out Funkhauser's daughter is the girl from Blossom, and she's gay, she's a lesbian. The lesbians love them some Larry David, according to Larry David, his words. And anyway, they're happy to see each other. Funkhauser, though, tells him that, oh no, she likes men now. So Larry acts all happy. He's like, oh, congratulations. Like, that's something to be proud about, I guess. And Funkhauser does not like it. He doesn't say nothing to Larry. Larry, of course, is oblivious. Larry doesn't know. Larry doesn't hear. Larry never knows. Larry never hears. But Funkhauser's obviously pissed off. And you know what? He's right. Larry David, what the fuck? Why would you say something like that? Just nod your fucking head, shake his hand, get back to eating your fucking oatmeal or whatever. Your grape nuts. Fucking hey. Larry David has not won one yet. He is being shut out here against the world. 0-4 Larry David. Don't forget, this entire season of Xmas Your Enthusiasm is brought to you by Roy Rogers. Roy Rogers, you're the one who took the wrong exit. You ate the shit. Okay, now Larry comes home, steps through the door. Cheryl says, we need to talk. And he instantly goes, the marriage is over? Because that's a normal thing to say between humans. Cheryl gets upset. Why would you think that? And I gotta agree with Cheryl. And I should say I agree with her husband on a lot of things, but it's so dumb. I don't even know how this turned into a stupid argument. But I got to give it to Cheryl, because this is, even by Larry David's dumb standards, this is dumb Larry David. 0-5. Damn. Friendly reminder, I am going to need someone to explain why Omar Epps is wearing a bow tie. And they're going to need to do it pretty quickly for me. Somehow this fight is still going on. Cheryl, girl, the second he gives you a ray of sunlight to freedom, you should grab it and run like hell. Own opportunity. Ooh, thank you, Larry David. Wanda Sykes comes knocking on the door. I know Xmas Time loves him some Wanda Sykes. Anyway, of course, Larry feels the need to ask her, are all black men wearing bow ties Muslim? First of all, Larry David, good question. Thank you for asking it. Wanda gets upset. I'm not having any of Larry David's bullshit there, so can't give Larry his first win at all. Even come close. 0-6, Larry David. Damn. Uh-oh, breaking news. Now they're at this luncheon or dinner that Funkhauser invited them to, where all the lesbians love him, and Larry David's wearing a bow tie. Is Larry David Muslim? I don't know what to think anymore in this world. Also, don't forget this entire season of Xmas Your Enthusiasm is brought to you by Roy Rogers. Roy Rogers, you're the one that took the wrong exit. You ate the shit. Oh boy. Now Larry finds himself getting in an argument with a table of, I'll say it, African Americans. He says they're being too loud. He can't hear his server read off the specials with his 200-year-old ears. The African Americans at the table, they get upset, and I gotta side with them. You can't be yelling at people at another table. Who knows? Who knows what they had in their pockets? Keep your mouth shut, Larry David. Stay alive, Larry David. Ooh, 0-7, Larry David. Ugh. On a side note, I don't appreciate the way that table made fun of Tucker Carlson, but I'm told I'm not allowed to editorialize on Xmas Your Enthusiasm. Thank you. Ooh, trouble in the ballroom. Larry's finding out. Turns out maybe the lesbians don't all love him right now. Ooh, I don't know why, but then I don't know why they liked him in the first place. Ooh, and we have what I'm guessing is going to be just his first confrontation of the evening, and it is confirmed the lesbians hate him now because of the shit he said to Funkhauser about congratulations on your daughter liking dudes. Not cool, Larry David. And you've lost another one. You were 0-8. I'm going to have to go into the records. Ask Xmas Time if this is a record. Happy to be a part of it. Anyway, don't forget, this season of XPSU Enthusiasm is brought to you by Roy Rogers. Roy Rogers, you're the one who pulled in the wrong exit. You eat the shit. Ooh, I can't believe I'm doing this, Xmas Time fans. But I think I'm about to rule against Funkhauser. Larry confronts him. How could you rat me out? You know, why would you go tell Jody that I said the stupid thing about da-da-da? And I gotta side with Larry on this one. There's a little bullshit there, Funkhauser. Just like I tell Larry David, keep your fucking mouth shut. Ooh, Larry's got his first win. He goes up to 1-8. Congratulations, Larry, 1-8. Ooh, double whammy here for Larry David. He confronts, or not confronts, but he meets Jody, the former lesbian for now, her boyfriend or fiance, who gives a shit. And like an idiot, Larry starts going on, aren't you intimidated? Blah, blah, blah. And the kid's getting upset, like, why would you, it's not a big deal. And then Larry uses the old, but they know all the equipment, which I have to call bullshit on. He used that exact same phrase, that exact same plot line in Seinfeld. Larry. That is another loss, 1-9. Breaking records, Larry. Okay, now Larry and Cheryl have an uncomfortable conversation, because in the middle of this dinner, Larry announces they have to go home because he's got a shit. And Cheryl's like, that's ridiculous. We're staying, blah, blah, blah. Who gives a shit? Larry, sometimes you gotta be an adult, and this is one of those times. You were in double digits for losses this episode, 1-10. And did I mention earlier that I would shit in the woods? Oh, Cheryl gives Larry an easy win here. She immediately announces to the whole fucking table that Larry can't shit in a, whatever. Larry gets upset. I don't blame him. That's bullshit, Cheryl. Come on now. Some things are sacred. 2-10 for Larry. Congratulations, Larry. Maybe you'll come all the way back. I doubt it, but stranger things, well, they haven't happened yet, but you never know. And like I said, I would have just shit in the woods by now anyway, so. Busy. A lot of flurry of activity at this dinner. Now, Susie yells at Larry, you can't leave a function before dessert. And Larry yells, yeah, of course you can. And they go back and forth. And on one hand, Larry's right. You can leave. You are rich as shit. But Susie's right. In a functioning society, unlike Larry's bowels, you stay at least through dessert. This is a tough one. You know what? I'm gonna give it to Larry. Larry, he's struggling at the moment, if you know what I mean. Let's give him a win. 3-10. Ooh, the comeback kid. Here he comes. Look out! And Larry immediately loses all momentum. He does go to the bathroom. There's a line, and he tries to use the handicap stall, pretending to stutter. They call him out on his bullshit. But now I'm wondering, wait a minute. Did you just have to piss? Because who would be willing to just shit there in front of other dudes literally standing in the same room? So if all you had to do was piss, Larry David, you were ready to go home and ruin everybody's evening. Just what a gentle reminder. I'm still wondering if Xmas Time set me up with this episode because apparently it's got Muslims in it. Just putting it back out there. Ooh, now Funkhauser, because as you all know, it's literally impossible for Larry David to leave his house without bumping into someone he knows. Funkhauser comes rolling up, and it turns out the reason all the lesbians love Larry again is because Larry is responsible for talking to her boyfriend and turning him. Wait, what the fuck happened? I don't remember. It's the same bullshit as in the episode about the aunt and the dumbass boyfriend from the Sunny Philadelphia thing. I don't fucking know. But it's a father's prerogative to get up in your face. I'm going to give it to Funk, even though I didn't really understand or explain what the hell was going on. 3-12, Larry. Not good, bro. Not good. I tell you what is good, though. Roy Rogers, you're the one who took the wrong exit. You ate the shit. Ooh, bam, another one. Funk lays it down on Larry. He's pissed at Larry left his lunch early. I guess Larry did go all the way home to piss after all. Larry, that's bullshit. So now it's 3-13 for the episode. Jesus. What are the records here? Because Larry's crushing them. Oh, good. Here comes Rosie O'Donnell. Xmas Time's hero. Oh, it is confirmed. Omar Epps is a Muslim. He's on a mat. Just saying, he is a Muslim. More bathroom shenanigans with Larry David. He goes in there and he wants to use the normal stall. Normal, is that the right word? You know what? Cancel me if you don't like it. Fuck you. I'm a stuffed teddy bear. The handicap stall, wide open, but Larry David does the right thing and he waits. Ooh, but look who comes out of the normal stall. Of course, because of the laws of Larry David universe, it's the exact same handicapped wheelchair guys before. Because of course in a town of 7 million people, Larry David's gotta run into the same motherfuckers over and over and over again. And Larry tries to get in his face about using his stall. And the guy goes back and forth, but Larry, you can't win in the men's room against someone in a wheelchair. That's just the way I've chosen to live my life. Ooh, 3 and 14. Damn. Ooh, that's the end of the episode. That's it. All of Larry David's bullshit for the episode. So it looks like he went beep, boop, boop, 3 and 14. 3 and 14. Is that good? I doubt it. Look, if nothing else, one thing we've all learned during this episode, if you watch it, is that black people and lesbians all talk to each other all the time about all the things all the time. Anyway, I want to thank Xmas Time for letting me on the show. Happy to come anytime. Maybe if you wanted to get into some more of our personal values and beliefs and...
All right, let's give it up for Theodore, the stuffed bear, the right-wing conservative, George Bush-loving stuffed bear. Thanks for coming on here, buddy. Wow, we loved it. So that goes 3 and 14. That is a bloodbath. So for the season, Larry is... Oh, boy. 13 and 25. It is slipping all away, Larry. Nothing left to believe in. Theodore, thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. If anybody who listens to this doesn't publicly and privately revolt at everything you said, I'd love to have you back on. Anyway, thanks again, as usual, for listening, everybody. And don't forget that Season 4 of Xmas Your Enthusiasm is brought to you by Roy Rogers. Roy Rogers, you're the one who took the wrong exit. You eat this shit. Thanks a lot, everybody. We'll see you next time.